Woo! What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's having a beautiful day. Spreading love, loving yourself, and being the absolute greatest version of yourself at all motherfucking times. Look, when it comes to what you want, they may ask you, how are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? It's because of my level of dedication towards what I want to do. Nothing is going to stop me. Nothing is going to distract me. Nothing is going to come in between me and what I say I'm going to do, because my word is my bond and I stand on my word. I never go against that shit because this is who I am. This is who I choose to be. Everybody gets to choose who they are, right? It's just asking yourself that question, really taking time to be with yourself and knowing the answer right when it is asked. Who do you want to be? The best part about it is we get to create that person more and more so every single day. If you don't like who you've been feeling some type of way about it, then you have the opportunity to change. It's just, are you willing to? A lot of people avoid change because they may feel like it's difficult in the beginning or it's unfamiliar territory, right? You don't know what the fuck is going on over there. But the only way to know is you got to go. How else are you gonna get better? If you think about it like this, would you rather be in the same position, same exact position that you are, knowing exactly what you know right here, right now? You know nothing new. You haven't grown. You haven't bettered yourself. You haven't taken any risk at all. And a year from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you are the exact same person as you are standing today. How sad is that? How sad is that? You're not taking a chance on life. You're not making the most out of what you have, because if you ask me how I'm doing right, if you ask me what is the purpose of life, first of all, I'm gonna say life is a very beautiful thing. Another beautiful day it is, right? And then what is the purpose of life? I'm gonna tell you. It's you. It's you. You are the answer. Be the change you wish to see. Do the things you want to do. Take those risks. And you can ask yourself this: is it really a risk? If it's something that's going to allow you to be better, what is life if you're not trying to go after your goals and your desires and you're setting limitations upon those things because you feel like the perspective that you have sees limitation instead of opportunity? It sees obstacles instead of growth and betterment of self. I get another opportunity to better myself every single day that I wake up. That's why I love life so much. That's why anybody can ask me at any given moment, I'm gonna say, life is beautiful. It's a great day. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to be great. It's another beautiful day. It all comes down to who you choose to be, how you choose to carry yourself. What goals do you have set for yourself? The way that you move, the way that you walk, the way that you talk when somebody comes up to you, right? Because it all has an effect, all of it. Your goals, I learned that your goals are going to have a big effect on the way that all the things I described, the way that you carry yourself, down to how you speak, down to your confidence, down to your handshake. What are your goals, right? Do you even have a list of your goals written down on paper? If you want it that bad, do you not have something as simple as it written down yet? I made sure to write my shit down earlier, and then I told myself, if I'm really taking this serious, I gotta be willing to do these little extra steps, these little maneuvers. I gotta be willing to set aside time for myself every single day to focus on how I am thinking and to start getting creative on ideas and how I'm gonna make sure that these things happen, and then speaking with the universe, asking the universe for all these things so that way I can do everything I say I'm going to do with what it is that I am getting. I wrote down a list of my lifetime goals earlier and I put it in my wallet, and it's gonna stay there for fucking ever. I said the first half of my life, and I'm pretty sure I talked about this in another video, but the first half of my life I'm gonna spend learning and accumulating wealth, right? Then the second half of my life I'm gonna spend giving it all away and teaching about this shit. Because if somebody like me did it, if somebody like me did all this shit, right? You can too. It's as simple as that. There is no limits in life. There's nothing but opportunity, limitless opportunity to do the things that you've always desired to do, to see yourself in that position that you've always seen yourself, to change your family's trajectory on how it's going, to create generational wealth, to actually be happy and know that you are happy and free, doing something that you love to do, doing something that you choose to do, when you choose to do it, how you want to do it, whenever the fuck you want to do it. Because you say so. Because you are in control of your life. And so many people give this power away because they forget who we are. And they go back to what the system tells you, to what you've always been told since you was growing up, since you was a baby, by your parents and their parents, because that's all they ever knew and that's all they've ever seen. And to tell you the truth, that's all they've ever tried to do. A lot of our parents, a lot of our folks, man, they've always been stuck in survival mode growing up. Maybe they didn't know no better. But look, there's always that one black sheep that comes around that is here to change shit. Have you looked in the mirror lately? Because you will see who the fuck it is. You will see who it is. The question is, what the fuck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to make sure that you leave with this shit? I'm not leaving without it. I told myself that shit yesterday. You know how powerful that felt to say out loud? I'm not leaving here without it. Got me fucked up. I'm not leaving here without it. Ain't nothing gonna stop me from that shit. Ain't nothing gonna slow me down. You know who you are. You know what you are capable of. And the only way to have a complete understanding of this is to really be open-minded. Be open to change from what you've always thought about. The same thoughts, the same patterns, the same routines, the same cycles. And then it goes in a loop because they say that history doesn't repeat itself, man does. You gotta start questioning shit. Say, is this really the best way? Is there something that I'm missing? Could there be something else that I could do right now instead of this? Is this the best solution long term? Or did I just do this because I'm operating out of emotion? I'm letting my emotions do the thinking, because that's where the fear comes in. For a lot of people, it's gonna be the fear of not having this, the fear of not being secured by something outside of yourself, such as a job. The fear of not being able to pay your bills, doing this. This is where you got to start getting creative. This is where you actually got to start thinking, because there is a way out there for you. Of course, you have to do something new. Of course, you have to step outside of your box. Of course, you have to do something your fucking family hasn't never seen. Either you're going to change it or this shit's going to keep going on. It's going to keep going on as long as you let it. You want your people to keep going through this shit. You want to keep being in that group of people who all think the same, who are all stuck in this box, who are all stuck in this same race, going nowhere. It's like a fucking NASCAR track. They're just going to keep going around and around and around and around. Yet that same circle that is never ending, so many people think there's the golden path. That same way that they're going, they think there's the golden path. They think there's the way out. When they're all thinking the same, when they're all driving on the same road, when they're all doing the same fucking shit. Nobody's taking another turn besides left, right? But what happens when you take the right way? Shit's gonna be different for you. Shit's gonna change. You gotta be willing to have that heart to do so. You gotta stay focused throughout the rest of your life. I don't never see myself being done with this shit. I'm never gonna get to a point where I'll be like, oh, I did this, I'm done. Fuck no. Like I said, I already told you what my lifetime goal is for the first half and for the second half. And I'm gonna do just that. And I was even getting deeper into this shit, describing my goals to myself, because it's much more than just saying, all right, I'm gonna do this my first half, I'm gonna do this my second half. No, I had to go into detail about this shit. I'm like, okay, how am I going to give all this money away? Because I've accumulated so much. How am I going to give it away? And if is me giving money away the solution to everybody else's problem, or is that just going to further deepen the rabbit hole for them? Because it's just, like I said, a temporary fix to a long-term problem. So what can I do? I said, okay, I can start going to third world countries and I can start building homes for the less fortunate. That will take a bunch of money. Cool, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna start giving food to children who are less fortunate, to children who may not have much, to women who may have a bunch of kids, but it's barely getting by doing these things, right? And then I'm going to teach those kids in those countries how to do what I did because I was able to do it. They will find a way. I will show them that they can. I will give them the knowledge. I will teach. And then which led me to think about building schools in these countries as well. Not just regular schools to where you're going to learn about algebra. You're going to learn about this. No. This is going to be called the school of thought. You're going to actually learn about who you truly are, how to control your mindset, how to meditate, learn about financial literacy, learn about things that are going to actually allow you to become the leader that you were always destined to be instead of just becoming another member of society. You feel what I'm saying? You got to really start thinking about this shit. How creative can you get? And what are you going to do to make sure that you get there? Which goes back to one of the first questions I asked. Who do you want to be?